Hello. This video is for lower level chess players who know the opening principles but don't really know how to develop an opening repertoire. And like the grandmasters will say, oh, openings aren't that important below 2000, blah blah blah. And there is some truth in that. Okay, I'm rated 1200 over the board, so I feel like I'm low level enough to have an opinion. But again, it's just an opinion, right? So take that for what it's worth. But it's still good to have some sort of a repertoire so you're not spending as much time in the opening. And then the one major advantage of having an opening repertoire is you get similar middle games, and that allows you to make better middle game plans as you kind of learn these. And the most important thing of learning an opening is learning the middle game plans, and that's best done through playing lots of games, learning some of the strategy behind the moves you're making, etc. So, here's what you should not do if you're developing an opening repertoire at low level. What you should not do is crack open Modern Chess Openings 15th edition and just learn 20 lines of theory 20 moves deep, right? That's just a lot of memorization. You're not going to hit the main line every single time because other people aren't going to necessarily know those openings, right? And what you should also not do is only play the openings that the top grandmasters play. You are not a grandmaster. You're not playing against grandmasters, okay? And if a grandmaster is watching this video, then hey, welcome. But the chances of that are pretty zero. Right? So, play the openings you want to play. Now, if you're trying to decide which opening to play, right, just play a bunch of games. Just tinker with a bunch of stuff. Find the positions that you like and play those. You can also go to the chess.com opening page and click on an opening. Let's say French defense here. Go to this pros and cons section. Read the pros and cons. Solid and sound structure. Sharp counterattacking possibilities. Easy to learn. Versus black has a space disadvantage, black's light square bishop is locked in, can become passive. And you can kind of read some of the variations and other stuff, right? So find something that you like and learn it and play it. Now, when it comes to actually learning it, I recommend learning 3 openings. One for white, one for black against e4, and one for black against d4. If you're going up against something offbeat or weird, just play solid, right? Don't get tilted or whatever. And that's why you don't want to spend a bunch of time learning 50 moves of theory, because the opportunity cost is too much at lower level when you're just going to be facing more offbeat stuff. But when it comes to actually learning an opening, there are plenty of resources out there. The resource that I like the best is Chessable, and there's actually a little link right here. This little learn thing, Chessable courses. You can go to Chessable. These are the courses I've picked. These short and sweet opening courses are completely free. They don't have that many variations, but they have enough where you can develop a repertoire at low level. And it has review or quizzes you on the opening, so it's has a position. It's okay, what do you play next? And then you can also go to learn, for example, and then it has these descriptions, what both players are trying to do, and then what move you play. So it's a pretty cool resource. Now, you can use Chessable for the quiz, and that's fine. But you can also use some other resources. There are studies on leechess.org, completely free. You can look at those. You can buy a book, but you got to be careful with the books. Okay, you don't want to have a book that's just theory. You want to have a book that shows you middle game strategy of the openings you're playing. And if it doesn't do that, don't buy the book. Okay, the middle game strategy for the openings you're playing and general things like that are way more important than learning theory. You want to learn the plans behind your opening and not just blindly play moves. Now, as far as practicing, you can use Chessable, but you can also like enter your repertoire into a website like Chess Tempo or Chess Base. This right here is Chess Base. You play moves on the board. Like, let's say my next move is this. Obviously, it's not because the bishop's hanging right here. But I would play that and do marked move. You also can, and it's like write notes. So I wrote a bunch of notes there. You also can hit autoplay, where it just like auto plays your variations in front of you. You can watch. You can do guess variation, where you have to get this board on the left to match this board on the right. So like move here to be like correct, and then keep going. And you can also do drill, where black plays this move, and now white has to play a response, and it just like quizzes you. Now this website can be a little glitchy. I haven't had any issues with Chess Tempo. But I just kind of like this website more, despite the glitchiness sometimes. This is chessbase.com, by the way, the opening trainer. I'll try to put a link in the description. And just thinking, yeah, so that's pretty much this. You can pay for more features, but I don't. And all these things I showed you are free. Chessable, those free courses are free. Obviously, the short and sweet. Lightchess.org studies are free. This website is free. Chess Tempo is free. So find something you like. Learn the middle game plans. Punch your moves in here if you want to like practice. And go at it. And remember, the most important thing when learning openings and developing repertoire is learning your middle game plans. So don't just learn lines. Don't just be like, oh, this is what the grandmasters play, so I'm going to also play that. Learn why they play the moves. And if you don't understand why they play a certain move, then maybe don't play that move. Or try to like pop open something and try to figure out why they play it. Don't just look at the engine and say, oh, I want to use what the engine says is good, right? Obviously don't blunder, but like try to actually learn the planes behind the opening and just play lots of games, get lots of practice, and learn the middle games. Learn your middle game strategy, learn the pawn breaks, learn your plans, whether you're like attacking or fending off an attack. But yeah, so this is a bit of a longer video, but hope you enjoyed it. Hope it's good. If you have any questions or anything, just pop it right down in the comments, and I will answer any feedback as well. Thank you.